Okay, so to be honest, this whole video is going to be a rant video. So if you are not into that kind of stuff, leave right now. I usually don't do rants, they aren't really my thing, but I have had to do one for a while. Now, just a warning, I'm going to be covering 3 things in this rant. And if I'm right, they're going to offend about 65 to 70% of people on the internet. Okay, so let's start off with number 1. Japanese and British wannabes. What this is that what some people might know as a weeaboo for as far as the Japanese goes. Basically, what a weeaboo is a little teenage girl or boy, usually a girl in most cases, who has, at a young age, usually starting with 11 or 12, gotten into anime because it started on Toonami. And what usually happens with this is that they get so interested in the anime that they look it up on the internet, usually finding the original Japanese version and learning a very few amount of words. These words are almost always kawaii desu and there are a few others, but my mind just went blank. But if you know, baka, inu, neko, nya, just. But those are about the only words I know, and they think they're Japanese because of that. Now, I also said British. What this is that, let me just say, just because you drink tea and put the little U's in color does not make you British, okay? It makes you stupid. If you like tea, that's fine. I drink tea a lot of the time. Well, not a lot of the time, but I do drink tea. And I like it. But I don't drink it because I think it makes me British. And I will admit, because I'll admit too that when I was younger, I was a weeboo. Most people who like anime were weeboos at one point in their life. But I'm not anymore. Because I realize it's freaking annoying. Mostly what the Japanese British wannabe is that this group of people, teenagers, who are for some reason so ashamed that they are American that they have to try to pretend that they're British by doing all these little things, or pretend that they're Japanese by knowing all these little words. And you're not. You're just stupid sounding. You sound. Anyway. Going on to number 2, which is kind of related to the weeaboo. This goes out to where the weeaboo one mostly aimed at teenage girls, this one is aimed directly at teenage boys. Most people on the internet or on YouTube know what an AMV is. An AMV is when you take an anime and you put music to it. But let me tell you something right now. Taking a 10-minute fight scene and doing nothing to it, and then adding one 6 or 7-minute song from like Kill Switch Engage or Disturbed or something, that is not an AMV, okay? It's annoying. All this teenage boy unoriginality just because they like anime. And whenever I see a teenage boy try to create an OC, an original character, they're almost always the same. They have huge pointy hair. They're usually a teenager, about their age, maybe a few years older, have a big sword. They have some demon. They have a few scars, and they always have the troubled past. Oh, woe is me. And that's every OC created by a teenage boy. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Of course, I know that's not true, but that's just about what it seems like. So, even though it seems like most are teenage girls, I do not disqualify teenage boys as being freaking annoying weeaboos as well. We are both genders are equally annoying in their own different ways. Now, my third and last annoyance in rant part in this is probably the most annoying and has annoyed me for the longest. Goth. Now, this is kind of hard to explain. When I say goth, you probably know who I'm talking about. Not exactly goth, but the people who think they're goth but are really emo. And there are plenty of these. There are hardly any real goths anymore, just emos who think that they're goth. And in all honesty, I'm not too big on the whole titles thing, but this is the only way to really explain it. To me, how I honestly think, today's goth has been... Okay, let me start. Back whenever this started, and there was the prep thing, where prep was just perfect, prep class was perfect teenage boys and girls who are absolutely pretty, and they're always going to football games, and they always have always on the latest trends. Well, there are people who didn't like that, and so they went into their own little group, and this later usually came to known as goth. This isn't something I looked up, this is just kind of a thing, so I'm probably not right, but still. Well, as the years have gone by, more and more people have thinking it's original to go into this goth. But because more and more and more people go into goth, prep has actually become the minor in the two groups. So in all honesty, being in the prep would make you more original than being in the goth. And really that's all people who are majority of people in goth. That's why they don't want goth, like, just as they think that by being goth, then it makes them different from other people, and it really doesn't, because there are at least 75 million other people that are in that same genre. And I don't get these whole... I do not see how Invader Zim is goth. It's not goth. Just because they sell it at Hot Topic does not make it goth. Just because you have a cute pair... if just because you have like a little gur hat or a little gur plushie does not make you goth. It just, if you like the show, that's fine. I love Invader Zim, to be honest, but I also like Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, which is made by the same guy whose name I cannot pronounce for the life of me. But I guarantee that most of the goth people that you ask, oh, you like Invader Zim? Well, have you heard of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac? What? That's going to be their response. Because you know why? Because they really don't sell that stuff at Hot Topic. And I don't see how Fred has got... How? Sorry, I was looking at the time. I only have like a 10-minute thing still, so I wish I could go on, but I can't. So basically, that's all I'm going to rant about. I know I look like a mess. I just got out of the shower, so my hair, but still. That's basically all the stuff that's been annoying me. And I'm done, and I'm probably gonna get so many flames from anyone who watches this, but oh well, that's just... YouTube is out speaking your mind, or was at one point, I think. So, yeah, see ya.